Hi, Edward. Welcome to Handicap Vehicle Specialist, Mesa, Arizona. My name is Peter. Wanted to present you with your vehicle. I know you won't be here to pick it up, and I'll give you a preview of what your vehicle is like. Now, one of the things, of course, is you've got a key, and all the functions are tied into the key fob. So you do have a door picture on here. So when I push the button on the door is going to open up. Sometime during the process of the door opening up, you have a kneel system, which makes the vehicle lean down at a lower angle. Ramp comes out or deploys automatically, allowing you easy access to the interior. What I want to do is I want to walk around the vehicle first before I take you inside and show you some of the features about the vehicle. Just as before, this vehicle has a rear hatch opener. So I push the button and hold it for a couple of seconds. You'll see it flash, you'll hear a little beeping noise alerting you that it's opening so that people can get out of the way. Opens by itself, also will close by itself. You can close it from interior by the key or by the strap with a good hard yank. Your spare tire is located right here. I do have an extra set of belts down here that would be used to secure first the wheelchair and then of course the person in the wheelchair, giving us all the safety we want. Some of the tools for the spare tire or changing of the spare tire are here in the little cubby hole, just so you know where they're at. So in order to shut this, I can do it from here. I can give this a little pull and that activates it. So we'll continue around this side of the vehicle. All right, Edward, I'm now standing at the driver's side of the vehicle. One of the first things someone's going to ask me is, where's the gas tank, where's the gas door? Once we know that it's on the driver's side, then you're going to go, well, how do I open it? That's a fair question. In the 05 version of these vehicles, the release for the gas door is right here behind this B pillar. So as I reach down, there's a lever just at the edge of the seat, and you'll see that the gas door opens up. This does take regular fuel. There's nothing special that goes in these vehicles, so it's very fuel efficient and it's a good way to go. I'm going to move you now to the interior of the vehicle so you can see a few of the features and become more familiar with where they're located. All right, Edward, we just got a little interruption there, and I believe your wife just showed up, so I'll try and get this concluded. The Q'Straint, which is a locking device for the wheelchair, plugs into the floor. We have tracking in the floor that allows us to lock the wheelchair in place. You do that. Now, on the end of all of my products, there's a lever that will lift up and down. And what that does is that clears a track in the Q'Straint or in the belts to let them slide or move through the tracking in the floor. My theory has always been that whereas the first goal is not to have the wheelchair follow you out the window, if the straps are straight like this with the chair, if you go around a corner rapidly or quickly, the chair could still have a tipping motion, which is very disconcerting. So I try to spread the Q'Straints out wider so that when you're going around a corner, it's pulling from one angle or the other, keeping you more secure. So the purpose of the Q'Straint we were talking about is that rather than like a belt on a trailer where I have to pull it tight every time, these are the only ones you'll use as far as adjustability goes. The regular belts, once they're adjusted in place, you'll never touch them again. So these are self-locking, self-retracting, so as I pull this out, wherever I stop, it's already locked. So it's locking. So you put it on the chair, it retracts, it's locked, you're good to go. These can go in the front or the back. What we try to do is put them in a location where you're not running them over, which is advantageous. Once we've secured these, now we want to put them on the wheelchair in a position where you're not putting them on anything plastic or anything that would fly off in an accident, such as an armrest. So you find a solid spot on the chair. The higher up you can go, the more stability you get, but there are limitations to what you can do, unfortunately. Once we've secured the chair, and we always try to secure the chair in the front and rear, in all four corners, then we want to secure the person in the chair. We do that in the same fashion. Now, when let's say you pull, either you're in the rear or you're in the front and you've taken the seat out, well, you'll suddenly realize that there's no place to plug a seatbelt in. So this fits into the track just like the other devices do. So that plugs in, locks, The other end then gives you the receptor in order to create both the lap and shoulder belt harness, giving you security and safety while you're in the vehicle, because we certainly don't want you traveling outside of the vehicle when you're not supposed to. One of the last things I want to show you is the front seats. The front seats on both sides are removable. In most cases, unless you're back here, you will have the opportunity to be able to sit up front, and it's a very simple process. So I'm going to have him just move the camera a little bit so you can see back here, and then we'll be about done. All right, Edward, I'm back. What we're going to do now is we're going to pretend that we're going to move the front seat out. What we typically do is we're going to move the seat forward. The reason we do that is strictly for balance. If the seat was back here and we took it out, there is a chance that it could tip over, and we wouldn't want anybody to get hurt with it falling over. You will notice that the seat is tied in with cable. What this does is this ties the seat back in with the seat belt and the airbags, so that it knows when someone's sitting in the seat. On the driver's side, it does the same thing, but it also brings the electric back for the power seat forward and backward. If I were to remove the seat, all I'm going to do is first unplug this. It's merely an unscrew this off the wall, and then I'm going to take this, and what this does is this releases the clips from the floor. At the same time that I'm pulling that up, I'm going to tip the seat forward, and you'll see how easy that comes out. To put it back in, I'm going to just position the seat in the correct position, push it down, and then I'm going to make sure that the seat is secure so that we don't have a seat falling over backwards when someone takes off quickly. I'm sure there's going to be other questions on the vehicle that you're going to run into. I got your wife waiting for me. We're going to go out there and I'm going to go through the whole vehicle with her so that she's got a good idea, but this is a good way for you to learn and be able to see it and refresh yourself since you weren't here. Appreciate you doing business with me. Give me a call if you need anything or if anything comes up. We're happy to help you. Thanks so much. Enjoy the new van.